So let's thank our first speaker once again, Gregor Weiss, and let's move to the second speaker of the day and second panelist. So our second speaker is Markus Wilkens. He is the head of the operations of the European Technology Platform Photonics 21. And as such, he was responsible for the establishment of a public investment with a funding volume of 700 million euros between the European industry, research institutions, and the European Commission for the research framework program Horizon 2020. And so he has been invited as an expert in various advisory bodies for the EU Commission. And he is now heading the coordination office for the European Quantum Flagship since April 2019. And so he now will give us more insights on the European Quantum Flagship.
Okay, thank you very much for this kind introduction. I'm happy to be here. So just to be clear, I'm not representing a funding organization, but rather a European funding initiative. So I am heading a project from this initiative. It's called QFLAG. It's a coordination and support action. And we're coordinating trying to coordinate all activities related to this funding initiative. The funding initiative is called European Quantum Flagship. And this is one initiative out of several initiatives from the European Commission and also from member states in order to bring the quantum technology topic forward. So you see at the top left that there is the ERC, which you all know, basic research and Marie Curie actions. Then we have Quantera. These are so-called co-fund actions where the European Commission and also the member states put together money and fund cross-national projects in quantum technologies. And these are mostly low TRL, so basic research projects. Then we have the Quantum Flagship, which I'm representing today. And the aim of the Quantum Flagship is to bring the quantum technologies from lab to fab. So in order to industrially exploit the quantum technologies in Europe. And then further down, you see several initiatives which are more infrastructure initiatives for the deployment of quantum technologies. And when we're talking about programs, the research is done in the Horizon today in the Horizon 2020 program, and in the future, in the next framework program, it's called Horizon Europe. And the infrastructure part will be done in a separate program called Digital Europe. So just some figures on the size of the program or of this project and the people involved. So it's a 10 years initiative, and the European Commission stated that this will be a €1 billion funding initiative. It started in 2018. There's a ramp-up phase from 2018 to 2021. It is a community-driven initiative, so we try to involve as much experts as possible. And the first calls were launched, so the ramp-up phase calls were launched already. And there are currently 20 projects running. This gives an overview about the history. So in 2016, the European Commission called for this initiative, and it will be fully implemented with the next framework program, so Horizon Europe. As I said, our aim and our task in this initiative is to go all the way down from knowledge creation to industrial exploitation, and this is a challenge we have, and we're tasked to do that. And as QFLAG project, we're trying to connecting the dots in order to make this happen. Just a brief word about the Quantum Flagship governance. We do have the funders. which is on one hand the European Commission, but also the Board of Funders representing the member states. And these are actually the ones who are giving money to the European Commission Framework Program. Then we have a strategic advisory board consisting of industry experts and also academic experts. The head of the strategic advisory board is Professor Mlünek, which probably most of you know. And we have the Science and Engineering Board, and by definition, every coordinator of a quantum flagship project is part of this engineering board. And then we have the Quantum Community Network, which is mainly consisting of academia from the member states. And as I said already, the QFLAG Coordination and Support Action is trying to bring everything together here. So I was already saying that there was a first call, and you can see the graph where you can see how many proposals were submitted for the individual topics and how many were retained. And you see that, especially for basic science, there were a lot more proposals submitted than selected in the end. We'll come to that a little bit in the next slide. So here you see that there are 20 projects running, and we received 140 proposals for the first calls, requesting 600 million. So, and budget spend was 130 million here. So we have a very high oversubscription rate, which of course is frustrating for those who are writing proposals, writing good proposals actually. And this is probably something we will discuss later on when we have our discussion round here. I think that for every funder, the challenge that you find the right balance to be competitive on one hand, but also not frustrating the researchers who are submitting high quality proposals. So here, just a short overview about the projects per pillar. We have 7 projects in basic science, 4 projects in communication, 2 projects in computation, 2 projects in simulation, and 4 projects in sensing and metrology. And 1 project, the CSA we are running, this adds up to 20 then. So this was the past, and now we're looking into the future. So as I said already, the next framework program is called Horizon Europe, and we were tasked to collect the opinion and the ideas of the community, from the researchers, from industry and academy in order to come up with a so-called strategic research agenda. And this strategic research agenda is supposed to be the basis for all future calls of the quantum flagship. And we have started, and this was started a long time before I have joined this initiative, and I think Tommaso Calaco, you know him, he was behind this. He started a community exercise, and we are following that, and we're trying to establish a so-called quantum flagship community organization. So we are asking everybody who's interested to become part of this community to register at qt.eu. And this is our basic information channel towards the community, where we consult the community about future funding priorities and the strategic research agenda as such. There was a big success. I think we have already 2,000 experts registering there. And this was the process we were following. So we are close to the end, and we have started already, I think, 1.5 years ago by organizing first consultation meetings with the community. And then the serious work started in May 2019. And over the summer, there have been consultations with the community, so where a physical draft was circulated to the community, and we're asking for feedback, and this has been included in the draft. So we had 2-3 iterations, and we had a meeting with the Strategic Advisory Board and the Commission in November, where this draft was presented, and it will be officially handed over to the Commission in the first quarter of this year. So, and here is just an overview of the people who are involved in our QFLAG activity. Our project is structured. Rob Su was heading the activity on the strategic research agenda. Then we have Rogier Verbeek from TNO, who's responsible to make the transition from research to market, together with Philippe Comar from CEA. And we're covering the topic education training. Chiara is responsible for that. And as I said, I'm responsible for coordinating this project and bringing that in the right direction. And there are many more involved there, which I will not mention now. So this is in a nutshell some first information about Quantum Flagship. And yeah, if there are any questions.